regular season, and we'll see the Bengals go for the sweep against the Browns. Get ready for an AFC North clash. Coming your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Garden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, this is a matchup, folks. Well, they're excited about this one, and for good reason. We got two offenses that are operating at extremely high levels.
No question about it, Brandon. This is not a matchup that you get that often. We're going to see the number one and number two offenses in the entire NFL on the same field. I'd hate to be one of these defensive coordinators. We know that more than likely they've had a few sleepless nights getting ready for this one, and we're definitely going to see some points put up on the board.
Started, and off we go from Cleveland. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So here are the Bengals now with a long field ahead of them. They'll be led by their quarterback in his third NFL season now, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run again on first down. Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of the long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year. And we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming out of that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now Haskins. This one caught by Kittle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. That completes it again to Metcalf. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down, Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. They run, Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. Now Haskins to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Cook. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make it third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They're led by the NFL's MVP in 2018 and also MVP of Super Bowl 54 in his 5th season. It's Patrick Mahomes. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
That's third down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. On first down, it's Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate. Gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condemned.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 14th touchdown now of the year. And the Browns
come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. From his end zone, Wilson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
To throw again on second down. Haskins. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Haskins will throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Haskins back to the air. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. On second down, it's Cook. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Here's Haskins to throw. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And unable to connect, incomplete. We'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after here coming up. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Joe Reed returning. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Browns drive about to get started. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7 from the 20. They run the counter. Patterson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for Cleveland. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run with Patterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 29, Mahomes. It's complete to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. Haskins' throw caught here by Metcalf. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it in with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that is no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Leonard Floyd able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now it's Haskins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter up in Minneapolis. That one has really opened up. The Vikings have just scored again. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. They'll run on 1st down. It's Patterson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Patterson on the draw play. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
On 1st down, Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll let one go deep for Howard. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe Possibly. They're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Haskins. Pressure gets to Haskins, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Haskins. And Cook has it left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Calais Campbell. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Mahomes now on 1st down. He finds Hopkins complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Space to run past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Now it's Mahomes again. He's got his man. This is Tate. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's caught. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Here's Reed. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Touchdown, Bengals! George Kittle, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Slide for the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. This one left side, caught by Patterson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the veteran tackle, Mitchell Schwartz. On 2nd down now, it's Patterson. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He completes it to Tate. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. 7 yards, the pickup there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, and he's got it. Patterson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. He'll try again. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. So they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
If they do, they've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Left side, Cook. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They run it again with Cook. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he finds Howard complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And the catch made by Hopkins. And down inside the 15 he goes. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Patterson on the carry. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Hopkins. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. DeAndre Hopkins with his 16th touchdown of the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use it, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Now after the touchdown at Zerline. He'll kick it away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Haskins completes it to the tight end Kittle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
69 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is Kirk, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Here's Patterson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Shoves him aside. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Bengals drive about to get going. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And he's got the hook up to Moore. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Haskins to throw it. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They're going to books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's caught by Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st down, Mahomes. He completes it to Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And Zerline's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack. Haskins able to shake him off. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Bengals on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be third and forever. He finds his man, complete. That's more. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. Again, it's Haskins. And Cook has it, left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Here's Haskins out of the gun. He's got Jordan complete right side. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Haskins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Browns are going to have it here just past the 25. And we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts it in to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, and that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
They'll run on first down. Patterson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Right back to him on first down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On second down, it's Patterson. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. Back to throw, Mahomes. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. The Bengals drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here we go with Haskins. This one caught by Kittle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Haskins to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. Shoves him away. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Cleveland, it's one more win to finish the season as they wrap up with a sterling 15-2 record. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss means they'll finish at 11-6 overall. And it's going to be wait-and-see time as they figure out their status for the upcoming playoffs.